Welcome back to another Tips from the Tips video. Today we are going to talk about loft, and where better to do it than Copperhead, the site of this week's PGA Tour location. Here we are on the first tee. As you'll notice, this is a significant elevation drop, and as we've learned in the past videos, that the ball will naturally carry longer. This is probably a common sense thing, but what happens if it goes a little too far here? Maybe because it's so far downhill, this might be a little scared. Well, one way to reduce that is messing with your loft. So how do we change loft? First off, you're going to hold on your left bumper on your controller, L1, and then it's going to bring up those sticks on the bottom right hand corner. By going up on the stick, it is going to de-loft your shot. By going down on the stick, it is going to loft the shot. So we currently have a driver in hand. If I loft a driver, you will notice I am slightly gaining yards. It's only about 1 or maybe 2 sometimes that you'll gain, and it also depends on the elevation at the moment. But look how drastically we start to lose yardage if we de-loft a club. So this is just in particular for a driver. So let's maybe de-loft this a little bit, so that way when we hit it, it's not going to be too far. In this way, we will find ourselves in the fairway as opposed to going way too long. As you can see, we only had a few yards to work with there. Now that we're in the fairway, however, we have a relatively level elevation. It's up 11 feet, it's not perfect. So remember, on a driver, if you loft, it's going to gain a little bit of yardage. If you de-loft, it is going to lose yardage. That is not true for all clubs. 3-wood, it's going to be the same. Actually, loft is going to lose you a little bit of yardage on a 3-wood in this case. De-loft is going to lose you a significant amount. Hybrid, de-loft loses. 3-iron, de-loft loses yardage. 4-iron, de-loft loses yardage. 5-iron, look what happens there. It changes right around the 5-iron. It's not the exact same for every single bag. I have a 176 5-iron. As I de-loft, it slightly goes a little longer. My 176 goes up to 178, and I'm just barely de-lofting. If I go too far to the extreme, it will start losing yardage. 6-iron, it's going to start to gain more, so it went from 164 all the way to a peak of 168. Now we're gaining nearly 6 yards, 8 yards maximum, 12 yards with the pitching wedge, and then the shorter wedges you can get about 8 to 9 yards as well. So de-lofting is going to actually gain yardage if you use it on a 5-iron or shorter, as opposed to loft. On the driver, it's going to gain you some yardage. On just about every other club, it's going to lose you some yardage. Now we're here on the second hole at Copperhead. Now this hole is shaped, it's a big dogleg right, and you really want to carry it as far down as possible because it's 400 yards. You want to get a nice wedge into this green rather than laying up back here and having a long to medium iron in. The issue with going down the left-hand side, which is the more aggressive angle, as you can see right now, my line for my regular driver shot, it is probably going to clip this tree. So this is where you can also use loft. Loft is not only going to affect your distance. If I loft this, it now free clears this tree, and I should be able to carry everything here and get it way down there. I hit it slightly fast, so it's going to come out on the left side here, so not exactly where we wanted, but a very aggressive line. Alright, here we are on the par 3 4th hole at Copperhead. Now we're using an iron into the green, and remember, if we add loft, it's going to reduce yardage. If I want to hit the perfect shot here, you want to hit as short as possible on this green so it has a little bit of green to work with so it can roll out to the pin. If I land this anywhere close to the hole, because it's such a far shot, it's not going to stop rolling, and it's going to go off the back of the green. So what I can do, use that loft to your advantage, get it higher in the air. Notice the blue line at the top of my screen go way up. Reduce your rollout, and this way you'll have a better chance of attacking that pin, and hopefully it's going to stop before it gets over the green, maybe before the hole. And now we have a great look at birdie rather than hitting a full shot there and being too long. Here we are on the 7th hole, and we are looking at our approach shot, and we're going to show you an example of why you would want to de-loft a shot. Before we do that though, I just want to say thank you as always for tuning into these videos. It really does help support. If you're interested in seeing more of them, it's going to help me out even more if you give that thumbs up like down below, and be sure to click that subscribe button. I also do stream on Twitch my live tournament rounds, usually every Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern time. My Twitch link is down below. Feel free to follow there or on Twitter, and I will be posting when I will be going live. Now back to this shot where we are going to de-loft a little bit. Here we are with my 98-yard sand wedge. This is uphill about 4 feet to the hole, and this pin is at about 103 yards. If I de-loft this, we might be able to land this maybe at 100 yards, which is a little bit better than where we want to land at 98. And we might have a chance to get closer to the hole. Ooh, just a bit off, but that you can see how that de-loft can really help you. In sand wedges, or any of your wedges, you can gain almost 9 to 10 yards on just about every single club. So go out there, have some fun, enjoy de-lofting, lofting, show me your creative shot types, and we'll see you next week when we add in spin to the rotation and talk about that. Till next time.